Hey everybody, this is Greg, and I'm here with Timmy Tizzle, and we're walking pretty much back from work, and we're kind of talking about the movie we saw yesterday. Hey. We had just witnessed something so cataclysmic. I cannot believe what a phenomenon this movie actually has been. I have so many thoughts on this movie, but
we basically went all through them like 5 minutes ago.
yeah, we went through the whole thing, and I don't even know where to begin. And honestly, one, this is a spoiler warning, so that you know that off the bat that you listen to this, you better have seen the movie. Otherwise, it's your fault. Your fault for listening. All right, so just understand that.
You know, it's like a big old spoiler right in the video.
This is a big spoiler, so we're gonna tell you all what's up. Number one, everybody dies in this movie. Everybody dies, except for a few people.
Greg,
yes.
If we're gonna tell them about the movie, at least tell them the truth.
Okay, not everybody dies, but people that you weren't expecting to die. For example, we all knew Vision was gonna die. We knew that's a given. Homeboy got a stone stuck in his head. He gonna die. That's number one. Number two, we know Loki's gonna die because Loki be stealing the Tesseract. He took the Tesseract again for the 100th time, right? So it took that out of him and killed him. But the one we weren't expecting to die, we were actually just kind of all shook when it happened, was when he killed Gamora. That was rough. That was really, really rough.
Honestly, when it came to the scene, it wasn't that surprising. Hey, look at B.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't that surprising.
Why wasn't it surprising for you, bro? Because I was surprised.
Oh, when it got to the scene?
Yeah, the very last part of it, I was like, he's gonna toss her in. And that's it, yeah.
Nah, even as they was walking up the cliff, I noticed that she was gonna die, because there's no way that she's gonna be left alone with him and nothing is gonna happen to her.
Right.
Considering they're in an isolated planet,
yeah,
for an Infinity Stone that you had to sacrifice a life for and was not aware of, and she just so happened to be there.
We were talking too about like the whole thing. You see, the thing is, like, there's a part in the movie where the time stone is being like under evaluation, and what's his name? Doctor Strange, who was keeper of the time stone, the green time stone, was told to Tony and to Spider-Man that, listen, you can hear the airplane. He said he told Tony and he told Spider-Man that in the event that this thing, happens, where it's going to be your life and Spider-Man's life for the stone, it's going to be this. I'm going to save the stone. You understand? So he went that far to say that. But then, in the situation, he says, after examining everything, he said this is the only way it could be done. So.
And I came to the conclusion that he did something to the time stone. Because there's no way with how easy Doctor Strange gave up the stone, and it could combine with the lines that he used to say those words. There's no way that nothing was done to the stone just to be given up so easily. Exactly.
My thought. Here's something really, really deep in thought that just kind of dawned on me right now. All right, Tony. Doctor Strange made sure that Tony lived in exchange for the stone, and he sort of knew that Spider-Man would die, right? But he didn't know that he knew or had to have seen that Tony was going to die too. So he made it a gamble for Tony. Now, why did he make a gamble for Tony is beyond me, but maybe there's something that Tony can do that nobody else can do. Because Thor didn't go, Tony didn't go, Captain America didn't go, right? But Black Widow didn't go. So you have a bunch of people who are still there, who can still do something.
They took away Black Panther.
They killed our Black Panther, yo. Okay, so there's a couple things that make me think. There's gonna be an Avenger movie in 2019, right? And we don't know what that's gonna be. It's 2019. But between now and that time, there's gonna be Ant-Man. So we know Ant-Man didn't go, and Wasp didn't go, and then we also know the whole slew of others didn't go. But the thing that kind of made me feel kind of weird in the end was the whole Deus Ex Machina, where you have the
Deus Ex Machina.
That's where it's like you have like something comes up to save everything in the end. And I was like, when they had their postscript notes and they had the big reveal of Captain Marvel, I was like, too late, too much, too late, too soon, kind of thing. Yeah. And what happened to Adam Warlock Huh? Only one that could defeat. What's his name? He was supposed to be in this one. I was expecting to be Adam Warlock, dude. You know, because he's the one that could defeat Thanos.
Maybe.
Yeah, they said that he's one of the 3 that could defeat Thanos. And anyway, that's just a couple thoughts of mine. But nevertheless, what are your thoughts, Timmy?
Again, when you have an Infinity Gauntlet, it's kind of hard to debate who can defeat Thanos, considering that the last stone was destroyed right before him.
Right.
And he used the time stone to bring back Vision back to life.
Just to kill him.
Stone.
Just to kill him.
Just to kill him and grab the stone. We like literally all of like me, Greg, and our nice awkward emperor looked at that one scene and just said, "This is not fair."
It's not fair.
It's not.
That was absolutely not fair. Because there was no, you can't beat that. They can't go back in time and fight against what they haven't already fought against. But then again, that raises a whole different question too. How do they fix this thing? Because like you cannot go back in time to fight something that happens to you in this timeline. You have to go to an alternate timeline, basic space travel, time travel, space-time continuum, sci-fi, stuff that people argue about forever. You cannot go back in time and kill your grandfather. I'm telling you, it's just like, yeah, we don't have that much pay to be able to handle that kind of deep concept of quantum theory and all that.
I'm willing to use science. You just gotta pay me more money.
I'm telling you, it's over the top, my friend, over the top. Because here's you got this.
I am not going into the space-time continuum.
Let's put it this way. Let's just say everybody is dead. Okay? Let's say this is.
Tell him a lie.
Let's just say this is the end, the actual end of the whole Infinity War, right? Then, if we settle our mind that this is the end, then this is really messed up. And we're hoping that there's something coming next. We're hoping.
Not only that, but the movie ended with Thanos just sitting on his new home planet with a nice smile on his face.
Yeah, the whole audience was shook. My kids saw this and they were like, "No, Dad." They were like, "No." We were all like shook. Like, don't say that. We were just saying like, man, I cannot believe what just happened. Because I mean, I when you saw my review I put together, my short little 3-second that non-spoiler review I did yesterday, and you saw my face. I was so like bewildered. Not only that, I was kind of tired too for the whole day because I waited with anticipation and I was just anxiety. But for the most part, though, it was one of those things where I was just like, I didn't know what to say. Because that was the best movie I've ever seen.
Not only that, but after we got out the theater, your behind could not stay still.
I was just like, I wanted to say something. I wanted to do an interview right there. I wanted to just all of us just kind of just plop down and just talk. But we didn't have a chance to do that. We were just kind of like,
a chance. No, you had work the next morning.
Yeah, no, right. But I wanted to just kind of like just volley thoughts, just back and forth. Everybody, just say something. You're kind of like,
say something.
Say something.
I want to say something that makes sense. You can't make me talk unless it makes sense.
It's possible, It
ain't possible.
It's possible. I mean, I was able to think about something. Okay, I didn't even talk about the whole eugenics project yet. I didn't even get to that point yet. The whole thing is like, here's a situation here.
I didn't even get to the fact of how ridiculous the pacing was. Because literally, like it was just nice and decently slow for like the first 20 minutes, and then it just took off from there and just never stopped.
Yes. It was like falling down a hill. Yup. It's like, look at this. It's so beautiful, serene. Oh, snap. Boulder.
It was like walking to the edge of a mountain and then just falling off. It's
wow.
like, okay. This is nice. This is cool. Like, oh, okay. Ooh, that's a steep fall. Okay, let me go down here. Hey!
I was like, wow, falling in. It was just like, I mean, okay, the eugenics part. There's a thing to talk about the whole elite. They say about like in our current world, there's a push by the elite to populate the entire planet by making there's not enough resources for all of us. So some people got to die. And not them, of course. Because you know what? What's interesting is that Thanos never thought about taking himself out of the equation. Oh, no.
He considered himself the only one that was able to use the power.
Yeah.
Of the Infinity.
And he wanted to use it for just like to annihilate half the universe by a snap of the finger. So there you have it. And so his thought of a balance.
Did you even mention the fact that the gauntlet broke?
Yes. After he did that, he broke the gauntlet.
Like the Infinity Stones are still intact, but like the gauntlet itself was just
Yeah, he was like he did. I don't know if he had it on his hand at the very last sequence.
yeah, he had it on his hand.
He still had it on his hand, but it wasn't damaged, right?
Yeah, it was damaged.
Cause I remember like right before Thor like totally like got him. You know, I mean, I think out of my favorite Avenger in this movie, in terms of like, you know, coming back from like really the edge of death, was Thor. I was like, it's honestly, oh my goodness.
Honestly, it was so anticlimactic.
Yeah.
It was so anticlimactic. If you thought Thor died within the first scene of the movie, you are dead wrong. Like, come on now. What sense would it make for Stan Lee? Stan Lee, by the way, who had a beautiful cameo in the movie.
Why, yes. One of the best. The one I like is like the
Stan Lee.
He's so funny.
What would make you think that Stan Lee would kill off the only god in the only actual god in the whole movie?
Right. Right.
I mean, unless
But I mean, you heard his story though. I mean, when Rocket was kind of breaking it down for us to understand it, he's like, "So, you think this hammer's gonna really do the trick? I mean, you had a fight with him already." It's like, "Well, am I gonna have a second fight with him?" It's like, well, let's hope that hammer is something. You know. So, how did you get to this zone? He's like, "Well, my mom got killed by elves. My dad got he died on his own and released my sister from hell. And then my brother wasn't really my brother. He was an ice giant." And he's going through his whole life, and I'm like, oh, dang.
Like, damn, how much more can you experience?
How much more can you lose for me? And I was like, oh, my word. It's like, I think this was a very...
And then Rocket asked him, like, well, what happens if you lose?
Yeah.
And Thor goes on to say, well, I got nothing else to lose.
I got nothing else to lose. Which is like, I was like...
And honestly, after hearing him just say everything, but before that, it's like, yeah, he just don't have nothing to lose.
Right, he really doesn't. He has no home country.
He got no home.
No people from his all Asgardians are dead. His home country is dead. I was like, dude. So it was weird because when you saw Ragnarok, right? Ragnarok was so hopeful and so cheerful and so fun to end this way. I mean, this movie was a very, very, very good movie. I could watch the movie like 10 times and kind of pick it together, but to pick out the things in it and pick my brain forever, kind of thing. It's like, that's a very interesting movie. I don't know how they're going to fix this because, honestly, I don't think they can.
The only way they can fix this is if it involves Doctor Strange and the Time Stone.
Yeah.
That is the only way they can fix this. And as much as it may seem that keeping Iron Man alive will help, I doubt it will do as much.
Right.
Because, believe it or not, Doctor Strange saw what was going to happen.
Yeah.
He saw it coming. Because if you remember correctly, when they first came on Titan, Doctor Strange was going through all the possibilities of defeating Thanos.
Yeah.
And he came out with only one possibility.
One possibility. Just one. And he picked the possibility that would win.
So him giving Thanos the Time Stone has something to do with that one possibility.
I'm telling you, this movie was deep. Hands down, this is the deepest movie.
It's time for a grade with Timmy.
Yep.
If I was to go just the movie itself, from the pacing to the gradual story to overall just the movie itself, I would give it a 5-star rating, thumbs up. Stan Lee, you are awesome.
Great dude.
But from a storyline perspective,
I mean, that's what made it good, the story. I mean, you can't...
Going through all the Marvel movies, I cannot give it a grade yet. Yeah. I cannot. Because if I was to try and give it a grade, it would be a failing one. Because for all of that to happen, just to see that Thanos would win at the end, or even with all the Easter eggs that it alluded to, it kind of throws everything off because because more than 3/4 of the Avengers are gone. Thanos has the Infinity Stones, though he doesn't really have a gauntlet to use them with.
But you know, they had an allusion to another gauntlet. You saw that, right? And,
Yeah.
and the thing, they had a second gauntlet ready.
Yeah, but who knows if the Thanos will go and get that immediately. And besides, I do have a speculation that Thanos may have died
Yeah.
because he did take a brutal wound.
He did.
from Thor.
Yeah. Thor gave it heavy. He hit him with pretty much a god killer, a Thanos killer. Thanos killer.
But
You know-
all in all, as far as the storyline goes, I can't give it a grade yet because I gotta see where the ending of Infinity War leads to.
You know, I gotta give you that too. My thought on the whole mindset thing was this. That's the first Marvel movie that didn't have a conclusion at the end per se. I mean, like, you know, usually they have a little Easter egg leading to something else and something bigger. But we were waiting for this. As soon as we saw, you know, what was it? The first time we saw him in Avengers, and how, you know, he's gonna like the Earthlings are. I mean, it was just like that introduction. It didn't make as much sense as the conclusion they had in terms of him, because he seemed like he was trying to conquer Earth. I'm not sure why. I guess maybe enslave the people and make them into soldiers for him. But I'm not sure if that's very clear now. But with the very end of this movie, when he got to his purpose, was a very clear one. His purpose was to balance the universe. Very balance the universe out. Lives, not even like, I'm not even sure what the qualifications is for you to be like, you know, for you to be saved or to not be taken. It was like, you know, you just
Don't be against
arbitrary. It's just arbitrary. I mean,
Don't be against Thanos.
there was some people who were against him are still alive. So it's kind of like it was very arbitrary. Not sure exactly which one. And long story short, it's the summation of this movie very clear in terms of like, you know, the
he couldn't have killed everyone that was against him, because then basically it
would be
one planet just still alive.
Yeah, and then he could balance the entire universe just with two people. You know, him and somebody else, and that'd be it. You know, that'd be balance.
You know what? I'm not gonna further this conversation because I feel like it might go somewhere to like a place that I don't want it to go.
Right. Okay. So I'm just gonna give my rating on it. I give the movie, the entire Infinity War movie was definitely over the top. It's an A++. I give it a 5.0. Out of that, it would be a 10. I give it a 10 movie. 10 points. As for the fact that it ends on the way it does, I didn't like that at all, because I don't know how they can fix it. It's kind of like, you know, I'm writing a story myself, and my story, I got to a point where I got kind of stuck for a while, not sure how to solve the equation I just presented to myself, because it's like, you know, you can actually do it. You can write yourself into a corner and not sure how to get yourself out of it. And I'm not sure how they can get themselves out of this one, because you cannot go back through the fabric of time and just, unless you're gonna make a new entry and start people over. For example, those who got wiped out continue on from this moment forward, instead of just kind of like, you know, wiping them out completely. So you'd have to go through the fabric of time and find all the people who are missing throughout the entire universe and start them up again.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. A lot of energy. That's more than the universe can handle. But you know, if you're going by science, the opposite equal reaction. So him wiping out half the thing means that there's a creation of half. You know, it's like opposite equal reaction.
I told you I'm not using science. I don't know for this.
Yeah. So then the next one is you have what is it? It's saying the aspect of like, I don't know how they're gonna fix it. Just going back in time and undoing it doesn't solve the problem. Going forward and instead of resurrecting all the people who died makes sense, but you'd have to do a lot of power. You'd have to do the same power to destroy them, and the same power to resurrect them again. And yeah, that's pretty much all I could say. And speaking of resurrection, they mentioned Jesus in this, and I was like, what? So I was like, in terms of like how they said it, he said, who's your master? And he said, you want me to say Jesus? And I was like, why didn't he say Jesus? Because Jesus is the master. Anyway, long story short, that was it. I just want to say that. Okay, so there's it. There it is all. So this is me and Timmy Tizzle signing out, saying peace.
Hey, man.
And here, Grease.
Alright, follow my YouTube gaming channel, man. It's probably going to be in the link below or somewhere on the screen. I don't know.
All right.
Greg, you're responsible for
Yeah,
this.
definitely. You got to get your channel up so I can link it. All right? All right, we'll link it up. All right, so peace. And looking forward.
Apologies for the background noise. Greg was in a rush to get this recorded.
No, I just wanted to get the live aspect of it all. I feel like, you know, just get it where you got it.
Yeah, the live aspect of a bunch of Chinese people the yelling in the background. That's one.
It's not just that.
Hey, and a bunch of cars honking too.
That's right, and buses. This is like real right here. All right, talk to you later. All right, bye.
This is.
We get this thing going so I can turn off. Oh, wait. It's not there. Okay, now, peace and here, Grease. Bye-bye.